Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel, and today we're going to have another interesting story for you. Before we start, make sure to click like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to be updated for more inspirational stories like this. Today's story will help us learn about how we need to take a good look at our surroundings, especially our fellow people. Whether it be the neighbors you don't often talk to, but always see the first thing in the morning outside, or even the beggars who ask for pennies on the street. We all deal with different kinds of problems in life, and it's important to understand with the situation of others. The story is about a man named Greg Smith who lives in Orlando, Florida. Greg, at the age of 25, is quite a successful young man. He's a good husband to his wife and a father of 2 sons. He also is a sales manager at the same time as a fitness trainer with an office at the center of Orlando. As located in the business center of the city, Greg would see a lot of homeless people in the street. Often he would give them money, and sometimes he would just pass by. Among the homeless people that he had encountered, his interest had struck on this particular homeless woman. What made this woman different from the other beggars is that she never asked for anything when Greg passed by. She just smiled and greeted him every time. The act of this woman to Greg continued for several months. As Greg has said that the greetings of the woman had made his heart felt warmer. As he would go to work every day, he would feel a positive energy that would later envelop throughout his day. The routine continued, and at one time Greg decided to have a good chat with the woman. He talked to her and learned her name was Amy Jo. To his surprise, she was very good in conversations. She was never rude, unlike the others. They became friends soon after. Of course, Greg would hand in some few dollars, in which Amy would refuse at first. But after Greg's insistence, Amy then took the money. Later on, Greg found out that Amy bought books and magazines after she took the money from Greg. He was surprised that she brought those, and from then he would talk and visit with her every day. As Greg visited her, he would often bring her food. One lunchtime, Greg decided to take Amy for lunch. They went to a nearby cafe. He asked her to order anything she wanted for lunch, but she kept on looking at the menu. He thought that she did not want to burden him with the ordering, but to his surprise, she said that she could not read. He was then worried she would order an expensive meal, one that he could not afford, but the reality is the woman could not read. It was really hard for Greg to process this, but then on he realized that she brought books and magazines maybe because she wanted to learn how to read. Greg then decided he wanted to do more for Amy. From then on, he would teach Amy how to read every time they met. He would also learn that Amy was an orphan. She grew up living from home to home, thus making her unable to go to school. At the time when she was at legal age, she applied for various low-paying jobs only to get kicked out after employees knew she did not know how to read. It was a very tough life for Amy. But what struck Greg the most is how Amy tried to learn and change her life despite being illiterate. Most of the homeless people can read and also can do physical work, but did not even exert effort like what Amy did. Greg was very diligent to teach Amy. He teaches her every Tuesday. On the other hand, as grateful as she was, Amy's also a very fast learner. This routine continued for some time. He would teach her various lessons and talk about life sometimes. He gave her homework to answer. With Greg's effort, Amy learned how to read. However, she was not yet that confident. Greg thought of something that would make her more confident in reading. He would bring a book from the library and together they would read. The time came when Greg would also bring his wife and family, and they all read with Amy together. It was such a touching and beautiful moment for the family. The family continued taking care of Amy. Even the cafe, which is hesitant to let a homeless person at first, they gave him discounts or even gave him free orders to them whenever they went for a lesson. This situation served as a good moral to Greg's children. As soon as Amy gained a lot of knowledge, she went off the street. Greg and his family provided her a good head start. They paid her a full month's shelter at a hotel. Amy was so touched that she cried because she could not even imagine how strangers would help her in such a long way. Greg's help does not even end there. He decided to set up a GoFundMe page for her. A lot of help came and several thousands of dollars flooded for Amy. The money could last for several weeks of finance for Amy. A few years later, Amy now has a job and has been supporting herself ever since. Their friendship did not end there. Amy and the family will continue to meet each other at home or even attend various events. Greg posted this touching story on Facebook, hoping that others would also get the time to help others, especially those who are in need. If we would take the initiative to be kind and understanding, the world would be such a better place. What makes Greg greater is that he does not even think the way that he helped is an act of heroism. He thinks that's just a normal thing to do. That help should happen frequently in our daily lives because this is what his parents taught him to do. And Greg wants to pass this on to his children and future generations. This story gives you morals and that kindness is still present. It exists and it goes a long way. Each one of us is capable of kindness. It is up to us to use it and to help and save other people's lives. What do you think of today's story? Share your opinion. If this inspired you to do something, comment down below. That's it for now. See you next time.